A 21-year D.C. police veteran caught up in MPD's controversial crime data investigation is now suing the district for millions of dollars. He claims he wasn't part of the problem. He was trying to expose it.
But he says MPD then turned around and targeted him for termination. 7 News I-Team investigator Scott Taylor broke this one earlier today and has the new development. Scott?
Yeah, this gets crazier and crazier. I've got the 25-page lawsuit right here. The allegations against Inspector Michael Jones raises a serious question about MPD's crime data investigation. Is the police department now trying to fire one of its leaders who claims back in 2024 he warned command staff that crime reports were being changed to make Washington, D.C. look safer than it really was? MPD Inspector Michael Jones has spent 21 years on the streets of Washington, D.C. Now he's suing the District of Columbia, claiming MPD retaliated against him for raising concerns about improperly classified crimes. Jones says he first warned command staff about classification problems, including gun crimes, in February 2024. More than 2 years later, Jones found himself among the officials investigated in MPD's 554-page Internal Affairs report. The report was finalized March 5th. At that time, Jones was listed as full duty. 60 days later, Jones says MPD served him with paperwork proposing his termination and took his department-issued equipment. He's now on paid administrative leave in a non-contact status. Jones says before the MPD investigation, he had already cooperated with the DOJ and FBI, providing each with emails documenting his earlier concerns. He says he was a witness, not a target of the federal investigation. But Jones says that all changed when MPD Internal Affairs opened its own investigation, and the MPD report gives a more complicated picture. Investigators found emails showing Jones questioned crime classifications, sent training guidance, and pushed managers to review questionable reports. But one lieutenant told Internal Affairs that Jones pressured him to lower a crime classification. Jones denies that. During his MPD interview, Jones told investigators he never knowingly or intentionally directed anyone to misclassify a report. Jones acknowledged one case where he initially recommended a lesser classification, then changed his view after receiving more information, and admitted he made a mistake. Keep in mind, the D.C. Inspector General's office separately found a prolonged systemic breakdown in MPD's internal controls for crime reporting and statistics, which is different from the Internal Affairs investigation into individual officers. Remember, the D.C. Inspector General separately found a prolonged systemic breakdown in MPD's internal controls for crime reporting and statistics, which is different from the Internal Affairs investigation into individual officers. Jones' attorney says MPD rushed to blame individual leaders for what the Inspector General identified as a systemic breakdown, and says Jones stands by his actions and plans to challenge the department's decision to discipline him. We asked D.C. police to respond to the lawsuit and explain why an officer who claims he blew the whistle about crime stats being changed is now facing termination. So far, no response. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.